Okay, so we were on question 4 from the sheet. We had simplified our circuit. We got it down to a pure series by adding these two parallel sections together. And when the last video ended, we were just adding these two parallel sections together. While that video was uploading, I noticed I had written 6 ohms down here instead of 60. And so it's really 30 and 60 that we're adding together, not 30 and 6. And so the common denominator here is going to be 60. So 1 over 60 plus 2 over 60 should be 3 over 60 ohms, which is the same as 1 over 20. So our 2, 3, 4, 5 is 20 ohms. And so now we can get our total. 5 plus 20 plus 15 is 40 ohms. And while it was uploading, I filled in all our R's. Oops, except for this one, which is 20 ohms. All right, so now we can find our I total. 400 divided by 40 should be 10 amps. So then, once you have all your R's and your totals, you start with the most simplified circuit. And you say the most simplified circuit is a series circuit. And in series, what's the same? The current. So the current flowing through R1 must equal the current flowing through R2, 3, 4, 5, must equal the current flowing through R6, must equal I total. So I1 is going to be 10 amps, I2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be 10 amps, and I6 is going to be 10 amps. So out here, 10 times 15 is going to be 150 volts. 10 times 20 is going to be 200 volts, and 5 times 10 is going to be 50 volts. 50 plus 200 plus 150 gives me back the 400. Once we have finished with the most simplified circuit, we step back and we say, what did we put together in this step? Well, we put R2 together with R3, 4, 5. And R2 is parallel to R3, 4, 5. And in parallel, voltage is the same. So V2 must be equal to V3, 4, 5, must be equal to the V of the thing that replaced them. So it must be equal to V2, 3, 4, 5, or 200 volts. So V3, 4, 5 must be 200 volts, and V2 must be 200 volts. 60 divided by 200, it's going to be 3 1/3 amps. 200 divided by 6, not 6 divided by 200. And 200 divided by, oops, and this is 60. I didn't switch it down there. 200 divided by 30 is going to be 6 2/3 amps. All right, we finished this one. So we step back again, and we say, okay, in this step, we replaced R3, R4, and R5 with R3, 4, 5. And R3, R4, and R5 are in series. And in series, what's the same? Current. So I3 must be equal to I4, must be equal to I5, must be equal to I3, 4, 5, which we just found, which was 6 2/3 amps. 6 2/3. 6 2/3. All right, so then we multiply up. So 15 times 6 2/3 should be 100 volts. 10 by 6 2/3 should be 66 2/3 volts. 5 by 6 should be 33 1/3 volt. Okay, so then you look across. Is there anything bigger here than 400 volts? Nope. Is there anything bigger here than 10 amps? Nope. We should be okay. Okay, so now this evening you're going to work on 2 from the textbook, and they number them weird in the textbook. So if you flip over to page 749, just ignore their numbering, right? Like, because they call this I1, but really it's going to be I total. And then they call this R1. Like I would number the way we always have. Call this R1, R2, R3, R4, and R5. and ignore the numbers they have there because they'll just screw you up. Okay? Very good.